What's going on, guys? We're going to be talking about some more of The Last Kingdom today. Now, I just got done finishing season 4. It was released this past Sunday. I was binge watching it, so I finally was able to watch it. But there was a lot that happened in this season. So much happened that was absolutely crazy because I honestly thought that we were going to be getting more. It was action packed this season, but at the same time, there were things going on within this technically this season and last season that they were trying to clean up, because we do get to see where we finally got to see Uhtred try to go back to Bevenberg with his men, and he was trying to get more men to go with he asked Edward to go with his men. He's like, no, I'm not going to give you no men, and he was trying to basically cause an alliance, but between everybody in Edward's ear, it was no. So pretty much there was a lot of deceiving going on within Wessex and pretty much all the kingdoms. And what gets me though is there's characters that died this season that I was very happy that they died. There were some that I wish did not die, but we do get to see the reuniting of with Uhtred and his children, because he does go after his son who was sent to a monastery. We do get to see him. He goes with his. He is pretty much kidnapped by his dad to show him that, look, you are a Dane, you are also a Saxon, but he has so much. He was basically kissing Alfred's ass. Oh, thank you, that he sent me to this monastery because all I could follow God. And pretty much throughout the entirety of the season, he's trying to prove to him that he wants to go with God, and that's what he wants to do. But Uhtred's trying to show him that you don't have to do that. You can choose your path. It don't have to be with God, or it doesn't have to be with the gods, or whatever you choose. So there's a lot in this that was pretty much shown. We do get to see where he does he finally takes his uncle by the throat, about ready to kill him, but we do get to see where his uncle's son came back, which is Uhtred's cousin, kills his father, assumes the throne of Bettenberg, and basically runs Uhtred out of the damn castle. Because they were losing against the Irish. That's the reason why they were so weakened at the moment, why Uhtred was able to attack, and also, of course, Uhtred's son was able to infiltrate the castle as well. So they leave, and then later on we get to see Uhtred's daughter, who's taken more of a Dane lifestyle, who she's been taking after Efwid's daughter, who was basically shunned against Alphared, which I'm finally happy, even though Feather Bealka died trying to protect Uhtred's son, because he went with him to Beffenberg, so we lost him. Ethelred finally got his. I'm so happy this asshole finally got his, because I hated this character. The way he traded Alfred was just was very just I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it. Alfred, I'm very happy she finally got to be free, because he dies due on the battlefield. But what was crazy was he dies, and she was able to succeed the throne, because even though she had to leave because there was a lot of backstabbing within going on into the kingdom, because the one that Ethelred was sleeping with, her brother was trying to succeed on the throne and was going to try to basically marry the daughter of Ethelflaed, so that way he could succeed the throne, because of losing so much time. But he was basically what they would call the ass licker. So between that, and then also they were able to defeat Canute, because Uhtred was able to kidnap the sons of Canute, was able to kill Canute in the process. When we get to see Wales, we get to see Mercia, we get to see Wessex all combined to take down the Dane army. Breda gets captured. Breda went through a lot of crap this season, so I'm going to get into that here in a few minutes. But we do get to see where Canute finally dies. Breda finally knows the truth about what happened to Ragnar, so that does get released. We also get to see where Breda actually becomes pregnant by Canute. So we now know she will be a mother, because later on in the season we find out that she was carrying a child. She is into slavery. She gets pretty much sold to the whales. She's treated like crap. She's thrown into a whale. She later on gets saved by upcoming another Dane leader who is related to Ivor the Boneless. He's able to save her, take over Wells, but then she's wanting to take over Wessex, while Edward is away to see who's going to succeed the throne of Mercia after the death of Athelred. Now, what's really weird, and I'm finally happy that, again, he died, because the mistress of the brother killed him trying to succeed the throne, and then Uhtred, as well as his men, take his children and Ethelflaed's child, as well as the bastard son of Edward, and everybody to protect them. So it kind of goes into this entirety of the story of trying to protect them, and then after Edward finally comes to his senses, between his mother trying to influence him, because she finally, Elizabeth, she finally has a moment of clarity with what she did to sing away the mother, what she calls the whore of basically the one that her son first married. She finally admitted that she was wrong, and she went to go see her grandson. So she finally, throughout this season, she goes through a lot. Now at the very end, which I will get to, when she is captured by the Danes, she is poisoned by another character who's wanting to use his influence to take over, basically hide behind everything, which I find very just, he was one of those where you really wanted him to die, because he's the father-in-law to Edward's now wife. So we do get to see where Edward, he still acts like a child. He still does. He's acting like a boy king, and everyone knows this, and he's using his influence to try, because he was wanting to take over Mercia. Then he makes a contract with Uhtred saying, okay, well, if you take over as king of Mercia, then, we will be fine. But then he declines after he says he will. But then he later states that he wants Ethelflaed to take the throne, because he feels she would be more accumulated to being a better queen than he would be a king, because he's no king. He wants Belthenburg, and he also is loyal to his man, so they have to leave once she is queen. And then we see the Danes take over Wessex as well. Now, Breda, again, she is extremely upset at Uhtred, because she blames him for being taken as a slave, where she begged him to kill her on the battlefield so she could be with Ragnar in Valhalla. He declined, because, again, he can't kill Breda. Breda now wants to kill him, but Uhtred can still not kill her, because he still cares for her. He still loves her in a way, because he's known her since they were children. So he cannot kill her, because he cares too much for her. And she was sold, and then later on, when she tries to get revenge against Uhtred, when Uhtred basically sees that Wessex has been taken over, because he is ambushed by one of the characters once again, and they take his daughter, they take Elswith, they take the grandson of her. They all go into Wessex, and now the leader of the new Dane army, he really takes upon Uhtred's daughter, and he basically gives her his protection, even though that the one they call the ass licker, he pretty much was going to try to rape her, but the Dane leader, he stopped him right before it happened, and he does die. He does get his as well, so that was another character I was very happy to see go. But at the same time, at the very end, we see where Edward is able to reclaim Wessex, as well as also save his children, at the same time as Mercia able to help, but they have to come to an agreement with the Danes, where the Danes get a piece of land in Wales. I believe it is Wales, because now it's going to be right across the Mercian border. That way there could be peace. And he also wanted Uhtred's daughter to go along, which she does agree, because she wants to learn more about the people that her mother comes from, because she is Dane as well as Saxon, just like Uhtred. So, and then we also see where Uhtred's son wants to return to the monastery and become more of a priest, because of how much Father Bianca inspired him to be as a person. And then we also get to see where Edward is now becoming more clear-headed. He now owes Uhtred a huge debt for not just saving his two sons, but now he also asks, saving his two sons, saving his wife, saving his mother, saving the kingdom, and now he owes him even greater, because he asks him to basically take his bastard son and raise him as his own, pretty much to protect him, because he knows that he will not be safe in Wessex, because his mother has now fallen ill, which, of course, to the Lord, that is his father-in-law, he poisoned her while they were able to get food and water at one point because he warns his daughter. He wants her out the way because she cannot influence Edward any longer. So I got a feeling Ellsworth will be dying in season 5. Because at the very end of season 5, we see where Uhtred's daughter goes with the Dane leader to go to their new lands. We see his son going to the monastery. We see Uhtred with his soldiers and taking on with the as he says, the bastard child of Edward to raise him and to teach him his ways. So that's pretty much where it leaves off, and I really do think that that the very end, that possibly very end, depending on how many more seasons we get of The Last Kingdom, I got a feeling we're going to be seeing him take over the possibility of him finally taking over his kingdom in the very last season, or able to. That's more likely what's going to happen, because I was kind of hoping he was able to take it this time, but again, they're trying to stray away from him being the renegade type of character, always, you know, around when somebody needs him. So that's pretty much what they're going to be doing until he's able to succeed the throne and be able to take over. So honestly, there's a lot going on in Last Kingdom, guys. I love watching it. It's very entertaining. It's a great show. It really gives me something to watch when Vikings is not around, because of how much I love not just Norse mythology, but their culture and everything of that nature. I love it, and it's absolutely amazing. So I cannot wait for another season of The Last Kingdom, but I know with this virus going on, it may be a while before we get another season. So let me know what you guys think about season 4. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys dislike it? What was the best thing you liked about it? What was the least thing you liked about it? I'd like to know your comments in the comments down below. If you guys are new to the channel, consider about subscribing. Let me know what you guys thought about in the comments, and I'll be seeing you guys on the very next one. Take care.